Okay, this is the instructions on wiring up one of these and for the how to program the timer. So first I'll go over how to wire it and then how to just manually run it 24/7 in case you want to program it later. First your power's going to come in. You have three components here. This is your GFCI breaker. This is your timer. And this is your contactor. So your power will come in to, if it's a 230 volt, you'll see an L and an N. I don't know if you can get any closer to that to see that. But there's the screw on the left says L, and then that one's N, which would normally be for a neutral. But this is actually, if it's 230 volt, it's L1, L2. If you ordered a 115 volt unit, then that will be your hot, and then the N would be your neutral. In this case, we're wiring a 230 volt, so both of those wires are hot going in there. Then your pump wire, so normally you'll come in with your power wire coming in here. It'll go into the top of your breaker. That's power coming in. This one is power going out, and this is your pump. So your pump will also go on these two screws. So basically all you should have to do is power in the top two screws, power out the bottom right two screws, and then your two grounds go into your ground bus bar at the bottom. But since the box is made of plastic, if you find it difficult to get your wires down onto the ground bus bar, you can just wire nut the two grounds to each other, and that'll be sufficient. That's all the bus bar is really doing because the box and components are plastic. So these, you can run conduit into these too if you choose when you're running these, putting your wires in here. I use these cord grips. They look like this, and they have a little rubber grommet in them. And then you just make sure you get a size that fits the wire. This has got to fit your wire. And then you can run these the wires can come straight through here without conduit. But if you're going to be weed eating or anything like that around your box, you may want to do conduit. So okay, so then also too, that on this breaker, depending on which model you have, sometime there will be a reset button right here where my finger is on some, and some do not have a reset button there. So sometime if you ever turn it off through the breaker, you'll have to press the reset before you can turn it back on. If yours doesn't have a reset button, then obviously you don't have to do that. Okay, so after everything's wired up, before you get started, what you're going to want to do is the first thing you do is you hit the reset button. So you just take something small. You don't have to press it for a long time. You just press it one time, and you will see the screen. You will see the 0, 0 out. So I'll press that one more time. You just press it one time. Let me see. And then you don't press it too hard because you can break it. You have to reset it every time. You may not see anything on your screen before you press the reset button. So once you press the reset, you'll see something. So then you take this and you go till you see the word on. That says off. That says auto. And that says on. Sometimes you have to press, if you look, there's a little finger right here on the little drawing of a finger. You kind of got to press to the right side of this button and not in the middle to make it work. So when you press it, try to press it on the right side, and then get that to on. Now that it's on, that would complete your, until you want to program the timer. Now, if I turn this on, you will see that the breaker's getting power. This is showing that the timer is also getting power because we put it to on. And then the little red indicator right here turns red, showing the contactor is on. At this time, your pump will run 24/7 until you turn it off. So now the second half of the video will be how to program your timer. And we will do this in the off position. Okay, so now we are going to program the clock. So if you may have run your pump for a while and just now getting around to programming it. So if you do that, you want to I'd probably just start over by pressing the reset and letting it 0 out. So what you want to do is first you have to set the clock. So to set the clock, you press the clock button. While you're holding that, you press the hour button. So this is military time. So if it is 3:30 p.m., that will be 15:30 p.m. So there's no p.m., it's military time, so 15:30. And then the day, you want to set what day it is. Today, it just happens to be Monday, so we put it on Monday. And that is it. The clock is set. So now to program it, this clock can have like, I think 30 different programs. So we're just going to do the basic one where it does the same program every day. This comes on at the same time 7 days a week and goes off at the same time 7 days a week. So the way you do that is you hit program, and then on the day, you want to make sure all of the days are lit up. So if I keep pressing day, you'll see that different sequences of days will appear. We want all 7 days to be showing. So these are where you can make individual programs. That is all the days. That is good. Then we want hour. If you look, it says on in the corner. So we're going to make this come on at 7 a.m. Oops, I went back. I tell you what, we'll do 10 a.m. So this would be 10 a.m. in the morning. And then we will hit program again. Now we want to do the days again. We want to make sure all 7 days are lit up. And then we're going to cut this off at midnight. So midnight would be 00:00. That is midnight. And then that's program 2. I personally just go through all of these without changing them, but you don't have to. You can just stop at where I did. But I do like to go through all these, and I think there's 30 different programs you can do. So I'm going to go kind of fast here. And then it'll go right back to the clock like that. And so that is it. So once you see the word auto on, that means the pump will run on the program time. If you see off, that means the pump will stay off until you manually turn it on. If you put it on, the pump will manually stay on. So we're going to put it on auto, and then now we're going to turn the breaker on. And you just heard the contactor. The contactor is real important to know. This contactor, you should hear it pull in. The reason it pulled in on auto is because it's between 7 a.m. or what I think we programmed it to 8 a.m. and midnight, but we are in that time zone of when we told it to go off. If you want to hear the contactor again, there, that's it cutting off, and that's it cutting back on. You can tell when the contactor is on because that turns red. When everything's running, all 3 of these should be red. If we turn this off, this red went off and that red went off. And now that means we're getting power from the breaker, but nothing else is on. And that concludes the video. Thank you.